ਵੱਜਦਾ ਵੂਫਰ ਗੱਡੀ Fool, since you've been gone, been dancing on my own. This boy's up in my zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause baby, you're the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more, no more, no more. I wanna but I'm broken hearted. Cry, 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 but I like to party. Touch, 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 but I got nobody here on my own. I wanna but I'm broken hearted. No.
Es solo, solo de body. Es solo de body. Es solo, solo de body.
I never meant to leave you hurting. I never meant to do the worst thing. Not to you. 'Cause every time I read your message, I wish I wasn't one of your exes. Now I'm the fool. Since you've been gone, been dancing on my own. This boy's up in my zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause baby, you're the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more, no more, no more. I wanna but I'm broken hearted. Cry, cry, cry. But I like to party. Touch, touch, touch. But I got nobody here on my own. I wanna but I'm broken hearted. Cry, cry, cry. Since the day we parted. Touch, touch, touch. But I got nobody, so I do it so low.
Es solo, solo de body. Es solo de body. Es solo, solo de body.
I do it so low.
Es solo, solo de body. Es solo de body. Es solo, solo de body.
I do it so low. Every single night I lose it. I can't even hear the music without you. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Try to stop myself from calling, but I really wanna know if you're with someone new. Since you've been gone, I've been dancing on my own. This boy's up in my zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause baby, you're the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more, no more, no more. I wanna but I'm broken hearted.
Okay guys, today's topic is about the creating visiting card. The standard size of a visiting card will be 3.5 of width and height will be 2. I'll show you guys. Go for the new project, okay? Name it as a card. It can be anything. It will be in the inches, okay? 3.5 and the 2. This is the height and the width of the visiting card of a standard size of a visiting card, okay? It means it starts the size of this. And the resolution would be in the 300 pixels, okay? Just give okay. You get the size of your visiting card. Now we're going to create some designs. For a reference, you can take from the Google or you can create by your own self. Before creating by your own self, you have to take some references so you can analyze how the visiting card looks, how attracts the peoples while giving the visiting card, kind of a business card or it can be a personal card, like anything. Okay, I'll just create a kind of a shape kind of visiting card. Let's see. Okay, for this will be the background part, so I'm going to create another layer. To create another layer, just go for this option. You can see this, right? This. If you click that, you're going to create a new layer. In this new layer, we're going to create a shape. To create in a shape, I need a rectangle kind of shapes, okay? So that I'm going for the Marquise tool. If you hold on this, if you click and hold, you get some couple of options in this, okay? In this, I want the rectangle Marquise tool, okay? I'm gonna drag on the screen, okay? I want to fill the color on this. Now it has been selected. This can be called as a ant line or a selection line. This is called as a selection line. It can be called as a both, okay? I just want to fill it as a red color. Previously I have the colors in this. These two bars are called as a color switches. I think you guys can hear me, right? Is the mic is on? Yeah, mic is on. This the first color is called as a foreground color. You can see the name on the below. Set the foreground color. The background is the background colors. Okay, I need to add the background color on this part. So what I'm gonna do is there's a shortcut called control backspace. Control backspace. Okay, I'm in the right side, right control and the backspace. Okay, if you give it, it switches the color on the screen, means the color which you have selected on the background, it converts and bring it to the selection part. Okay, if you have any doubt, just comment me below so I can see and I can know, I can teach you guys. Okay, now we have created other colors, right? I want to make a different shape. I don't want like a cube kind of shape. I want like little bit like a side or something. It can be like a changing the design of the visiting card. So what I'm going to do is after adding the color, I'm going to disable the selection part. To disable the selection part, just control D, it goes away. Control D, D for dog. Okay, control D and give control T, T, T for trees. Okay, control T, just it calls a transform node. This is called as a transform. Okay, just right click on it, you get the option called distort, right? Just click on this. What this option make means you can move the corner points individually like this, or if it's you have not given the distort method, it's in the freeze transform. If you move, it scales the size. Scale means increasing and decreasing the size. Okay, it's called as scaling. I just want to move this corner part only. For that, in that case, I just want to select the distort. Okay, okay, after doing it, just enter. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place another image on this part to fill the gap. See, in the visiting card, one thing you have to keep in your mind is you have the while creating the visiting card, the total border size should be filled. Okay, one side should be one side. It doesn't mean like you should be selected the another side, you have to keep an empty part of another side. It doesn't mean like that. You have to fill the gaps. Okay, not filling the gaps and putting the images or something like that. There's a particular principles to create an visiting card. On the bottom part, we need to add the address details and the sharing methods, like contacts, email, like contacting your YouTube channels, something like that. The on the bottom, on the top, you have to add the logos and the owner of the card, or it can be a main person's name or something like that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate this part. I'm going to make this fill in this part. Okay, for that I'm going to make it as a duplicate. For duplicate, control J. See, you can see over here. I'll come back to make it undo. Undo means going reverse. Okay, control Z. Duplicating, just control J. See, you can see the another layer creates over there. After duplicate, just bring this in the selection move. Okay, control T, right click, 180 degree. Okay, now I'm going to scale this. I don't want the same size of the design, so I just want to decrease the size of this. I hold shift, okay, left shift, I go for the corner, I scale this. Why I'm holding the shift means without holding shift, if you try to scale this, you will lose the real size of the image. See, it's gets a squash and stretch. You can do it. Instead of that, I'll come back, I'll hold shift, and I'll do it from the corner. Okay, I'll right click, distort. Okay, I got a design in this. Now we're gonna add the logo on this part. I mean the visiting logo or a company logo. It can be anything. If you want to add a logo on this, you can add in this, and the address and the etc things will be added on this part particularly. Okay, now I'm going to fill this background color with another color. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the lock selection. Why means because this is a background in the Photoshop section. While creating in a file or particularly a project, it will be created in the background section while using this lock. If you unlock this, it converts as a layer part. Now it's presently it's saying that it's a background. If you unlock this, it converts as a layer. So we can use this as anything like a normal layer thing. Okay, I'll go for the foreground. I'll select typical of this dark gray color. I'll go for the paint tool. Paint tool means it's a filling a part. Okay, if you want to fill the color with the colors, you can use the paint tool or a bucket tool. It's a bucket tool. Just take this. Okay, click on this. It gets selected. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, if you want to create something like a standard type of sizes or standard type of uh, like a depth kind of visiting cards, you can do by this. For I'll take another layer. Okay, this is one of the which I can know to do it. If you want to do it by your own self, first thing, take some references of the visiting card, try to do it same as it is, so you can get the ideas how the visiting has been created, what are the formats, how the principle they have used to align the um, address and the name and the logos, where can be added, just mention it how it is. Okay, now I'll create an rectangle tool. Okay, it's in the new layer. Okay, I'm not creating the same layer, I'm just creating in the new layer. What are the shapes, what are the things which I'm creating, I'll create by the using the new layers, because in the new layers you can customizely change the sizes. If you're making in the same layer of the all the contents or the elements, you can't establish. Like example, I'll just explain you guys. Suppose this is the layer which I have created, this red part, right? If I want to create an shape on this, I'll just take the same rectangle tool. Okay, I just want to fill the color. I can switch this color also. I can bring this foreground color to the background color to the foreground by using option called X. Okay, or you can use this arrows. See, it's as we mentioned, the switch background and foreground color by using X in the bracket. Okay, X can be used for the switching the colors. Now I have created the gray color. I will just fill this by using control backspace, so it gets filled. After filling it, I just want to disable this. If I try to move this gray color to the another side, if I try, the whole image of this particular part comes with it, right? If you try to erase also, it goes away. See, it getting erased. For this condition, you can use the sorry, the new layers can be filled and you can move by separately because those are new, right? This has been made for this particular shapes or creating element. Okay, now it has been created in the new layer. Okay, control D and control T for transform node. I'll just extend the size of this. I'll just rotate this. Okay, I have created another layer to make a depth kind of thing in this. Okay, so after creating this shape, I'm gonna right click on the name of this layer. There's an option called blending option. This is kind of a presets which can be created for a design purpose kind of things. Okay, in this section, in the last part, you have the option called drop shadow. Just enable this, you get kind of a shadow in this part. What I'm gonna do is, after creating this, just give OK. I'm gonna put this behind the layer 1, so I can see this kind of shade kind of things. I'll just extend this. Double click on the same effect which you have added. You have distance, spread, size. Okay, this is the size, distance, noise. $90 okay, I think so. Okay, now we have created the layout of the visiting card. It's just a standard basic thing. Let me create like a kind of a logo now. For the logo section, you have custom shapes in the Photoshop, so go for the custom tool. If you hold, you get some couple of shapes. In this, go for the custom tool, right click on the screen. Okay, search contents. You have, these are the different kind of shapes. Before creating this, I just want to create a new layer, and this I want to create it. Okay, suppose if in your system, in your Photoshop, this much of contents are not able, it will be able. You have to enable it. Go for the option called, this is settings option, load all. You have to give this all, and you have to give OK, so you'll get all kind of shape. These are the thumbnail, the size of this symbols smaller, so we can see the sizes in this. Okay, if you want extra kind of shapes or something, you can just go to the Google. You can type as a free Photoshop custom shapes, so you'll get to some kind of shapes you want. You can just download and you can just install it. It automatically comes towards the Photoshop. um, I'll just create this symbol. Okay, remember on everything, I mean, while creating new elements, I mean the new shapes which you create in the Photoshop, make sure you'll be creating all the things in the new layers. Okay, each and every shape or each and every effect which you are adding, it should be created in the new layers all the time. I'm holding shift and just clicking and drag. Okay, now I just want to fill this as a white or something. To fill this color, go for the fill option, click on this. If it has been showed as a red color slash on the mark, it means it has been disabled means it's not been on, it's in the off section, it's in the off. Okay, you have to make it disable by clicking on the another side of a option, solid colors. In this I'm going to take it as a white. Okay, right click on this, go for the rasterize layer. Means while creating the shapes, the layers converted as a rasterize layer. Rasterize layers means particularly options can be used in that layer, not all the options. Okay, make sure you right click and give it as a rasterize layer. Why this hell is not happening? Yeah, it's behind the screen, but I'm using the arrow keys to move the shapes. Okay, okay, I'm just going to name this. See, you get kind of your box kind of thing in the screen. The rest of the screen layers has not been created by that. If you get this kind of cube kind of shape in this layer, it has been converted as a rasterized layer. You have to make it as, it means it's called as a smart layer. You have to convert it as a rasterized layer. Rasterized is the meaning of converting the smart layer into a normal layer. Normal layer is called as a rasterized layer. Okay, right click and mention it as a rasterized layer, so it converts as a normal part. For example, how it doesn't work means I'll show you. I'll undo it, it's in the smart layer. Now if I want to make it as a brush, I just want to paint on the certain kind of areas in this shape, particularly in this logo shape. If I try to take a brush, it's not applying. It says that this shape layer must be rasterized before processed. Means you have to make it as a rasterized as a normal layer. Right click on it, rasterize, so you can use the layers. Okay, I'm using Control Alt and Z for multiple undo section. Okay, now I'm going to make a type text kind of things in this. So I'll go for the T. There's a option called T, means horizontal type tool, means you're gonna type some texts. I'm gonna click on this. I wanna name it as a company. Just a minute. I have created the company, so name as a company. Control minus control plus is zooming the screen size. I'm going to drag this and I'm going to make it as a white color. After selecting it, the text, go for the top, there's a color bar. In this I'm going to give as a white. Okay, after giving this, where the hell it goes? I'm gonna make it as a Control T. Okay, where is it? Oh, I lost the layer section, right? It has been disabled, it's gone somewhere else. I'm not able to take it back. In that condition, if you lose any kind of particular, it can be a menus or a toolbox or a layers adjustments, anything, it can be anything. If you're just, it got disabled or something, it just goes away. Don't get worried for this. Go for the Windows. Okay, workspace, and this reset, it comes back. Okay, go for the Windows, workspace, reset. Okay, or you can give the new workspace. Okay, you'll get the previous one. Now we have to align the shape and the text properly. For that we'll be using the ruler. Ruler means like it's like a scale to align the measurement of the elements and the image sizes. Okay, for this you can go for you can see this, right? This kind of border kind of things, these are the rulers. If you try to click and drag, you'll get a scale kind of thing. See, it has a huge gap in this. Right, it has a huge gap. If you're not able to see in your PC or something, just go for the Windows. This, where is it? Where is it? Just Control R. Control R works. Control R. Okay. For disable or enable the ruler. Okay. Now select the text. Now, uh, if you see in the layer part, all the layers has been converted as an image. If you see this kind of things, it has been converted as an image. Okay, if you want to convert the text as a image part, like a rasterized part or something, just right click on it. Okay, rasterized type, it converts as a image. Now it's not like a text. Now you can't rename it, or you can redo it, anything. Just you have to make it undo, and you can, if you want to do it, you can do it. Okay, let it be in the type itself. Control T. I'm going to go for the corner, hold shift. See, I got the perfect shape. This should, there the alignment should be proper in the placing the logo or a text or something. Okay, I'll just select the text and the logo name. I'll just pull this little bit of upwards. Okay, I'll just if you want to remove, you can remove it, it's not an issue. Okay, now let's place the locations or something like that. For the location part, you can use some kind of shapes, like a pointing in the your Google Map kind of shapes. I'll take this raindrops part. I want to create a new layer. Hold shift. Make it as a white. Right click, rasterize layer, Control T, flip vertical means it comes down. Now I'm going to create a hole on this. Select the layer, go for the marquee tool, second one, hold shift and click and drag, you get the shape. Use the arrow keys to move the shape and delete, and Control D. After deleting, just disable the selection. Okay, Control T, after creating this you can just name it as a let me text this. I'll just delete this and just let's add the image part. So your phone number, for the phone number you can take the phone symbol. So where's the phone? Yeah, I'll take this in a new layer. And for the email ID or something, you can just create this email. After doing it, press V, convert it as a rasterized layer. All the layers should be converted as a rasterized. Now let's type this. You can just name it as a address here, street, name, I'm just typing it. Control T, scale this, Control plus to zoom in. Okay. Just a minute, sorry guys. It happens. Space, enter. Okay. And for the phone number, it can give anything. Don't want to create a new layer, it can automatically creates a new layer for the text part. You can give your number. Apply this, and let's create a email. You have to resize the size now. Press V, Control T, and this should be so. This thing should be aligned properly by using the ruler. Okay. I'm using the arrow keys to move the images, or you can use the text to move the. I'm using arrow keys. Okay. Perfectly, it should be in the middle part. Okay, you can give the email or something like that, and your address, number, email, and the website name. You can give the website also if you have a website or something. For the website section, I can take the wall symbol. I'll create a new layer for this. Right click, rationalize layer. Okay. If you want to reduce the size of a text or something, you can go for the top bottom and you can reduce the size. I'll keep it as a 12 or something. 12, 10 is good. Website. Press V to use the arrow keys to move. If you need the same size of text for everything, just go for this, mention it as a 10, and go for the email part, make it as a 10, go for the number, select from the layer part 10, and the last part make it as a 10. So you get the same size of a Okay, this is an just I can just save this as a visiting card. Okay, maximum turn off the maximum. Okay, I set it as an image kind of things. So in the JPEG format, if you want to save it as an image, Control Shift S to save. Change this to the JPEG. Okay, this will convert it as an image. After this, if you after creating this, I take another one, same size. I'm going to fill with the red part. Control backspace. Sorry. Shift this. Control backspace. Unlock this. It converted this as a layer. Go for the custom shapes. Click on this. Come to the screen. Right click on it. Take the same logo. Okay. Hold shift and click and drag. Okay, you can type as a company. I'll give as a 10. By using this option, I can just okay, take the ruler and custom the size of the text. Sorry. Control R, it goes away. Just remove all the rulers. Okay, this is the back side of the visiting card. This will be the front side of the visiting card. Okay, now I'll go for the new layer. Okay, I'll change this to the film and video part, so you'll get the same resolution size of this. Resolution will be in the 300. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna merge this all images into one. Select, hold shift, click on the bottom, so all the layers get selected. Press Control G, so it gets grouped. Okay, or if you want to make it as a, this is the group. If you want to make it as an image kind of thing, come back, select the top, hold shift, select the bottom, Control E for merging the layers. Now it has been become as a single layer, right? So I'll go for the, okay, this is the layout. Now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna delete the rest of the waste parts. Go for the Mark Q tool, zoom this, after selecting this, if you press delete, the inside part of the selection gets delete. Okay, I want to just delete the outer side. So what I'm going to do is Control Z, Control Shift I. Control Shift I stands for inversing the part. Control Shift and I. So press delete. So the rest of the part gets deleted. After deleting, Control D, it creates. I think still we have some kind of issue in this. Control Shift I. Okay, and go for the front portion. Select all the layers. Control E. Reduce the size of this. I'll just resize by taking this. Okay, unlock the background. We're going to color this background by using the gradient. Gradient option is used for creating multiple colors in the one image. Okay, for that go for the bucket, paint bucket tool, hold it, you get the gradient tool. Okay, if you get this, you get couple of options in the top. One is slide, oval, star, slide, point. If you click on this, you get different types of colors in this. For example, I just want to take this color, give OK, select the circle one, click and drag. So you get like a fade kind of color. This part is dark and the rest of the parts are going light, right? If you want this part particularly like how the way you extend the line, it gets more dark. See, now right click on it, all the particular visiting cards, right click, go for the blending option, so you can give some kind of a depth kind of feel in that. See, I've given for this bevel and emboss. Size, just reduce the size. You can see the feel of this depth things. Outer, inner, emboss is to give the both the side. Okay, same way, just give to the visiting card, another side. See, you get that. So this is the kind of a particular way to create, not kind of, it's a present way to create a visiting card or in the standard format. Okay, the standard format size is 3.5 of width, height is 2. If you want to check, you can write down on this. It will be in the inches, go for the inches part. Okay, the width will be 3.5, and the height will be 2. The resolution will be in the 300. Okay, this is the standard basic size of a visiting card. Hope you guys understood. If you have any doubts, you can just message me at any time. I am able to clear the doubts for you guys. So I just want to see a couple of visiting cards by tomorrow. The people who has the system or laptop in your home, you can practice. You can submit your assignment by sending in the WhatsApp. Or if you guys don't have the PC or something, it's fine. It's not a big issue for us. Hope you guys like the video. Thank you.